Okay, hello. Hello and welcome back to my page. I know it has been a long time since you've seen anything current from me because my life has been a bit of a mess. Not a mess. It's just been in transition this summer, and between when I started this channel and where I'm at now, there's been a lot of changes in my life, which if you follow the vlog um, part of my page with my divorce diaries, you will see what I have been going through, and I'm not even sure at this point those are completely up to date. I guess it depends on when you're watching this video. But I have made some progress here in my little house. So I wanted to share some of my latest progress. So let me show you my workroom, my sewing room, craft room, art creation space. Still haven't created any art in it, but I have made it so much more comfortable and so much more usable in the last week or so. So let me back up just a bit here. So I'm at the door and I will take you from as you enter. Okay, let me turn this around. So as you enter my little workspace, I chose this room out of the 2 bedrooms as my workspace because it has these beautiful big windows. This house faces east, so that is an eastern window and that is a northern window. So nice, soft, diffuse light most of the day for working. And this is definitely the sunniest and most bright room in the house. And so it's a good place for working and not so much for sleeping. So I chose this. So behind my door here is this weird little space. Actually, above there, up in there, is the hatch to the attic. And then in there is the bathroom. Oh, let me show you this in the bathroom. I didn't plan this, but I finally got this piece of art framed. It's a piece that my youngest daughter did in high school, I believe, or maybe between high school and college. And this is, where's my finger? That big white square is a reflection from the ceiling light, but she did it just on corrugated cardboard as just kind of a fun experiment. She was doing, I don't know, kind of a, I don't know what phase it was in, and because it was on cardboard rather than artboard or canvas, it was a little difficult to hang or to preserve, and so it may not be a forever piece of work, but I just think it's really cool. So I just bought this nice big poster frame and framed it up and hung it in this bathroom, partly because this bathroom is not the bathroom I use regularly for showers, so I'm not going to worry too much about the humidity getting to it. But I do have, this is my only bathtub. So anyhow. So back into the main sewing room. I'm going to actually expand my view a little bit. Here we go. A few more art pieces. Having a daughter who is an artist and went to art school, I have some really unique pieces. This is a small, probably 4x4, I believe oil, that she did of our old house back in Illinois. So, and a poem she wrote me for, I think, Mother's Day one year that speaks very strongly to my heart. This little piece up here is something I found in a resale shop or an antique store. Not to be crude, but we call it the Christmas vag, the bedazzled Christmas vag. It's one of these old antique paste rhinestone jewelry pieces, but especially if you turn it upside down, it looks a lot less like a Christmas tree and a lot more like female genitalia. So it's just kind of a funny piece that I have, and I keep it around. I actually kind of keep it up year round. This poor peace lily has been through the wars, but being a peace lily, I guess she's coming through it okay. She lived on the front porch for a while and got a little sunburned, and then the cat knocked her over. So she's in recovery. And I finally, when I first moved in here, I had my day bed. That's why I still have these bolsters here, because they were the back cushions of my day bed, and I'm selling them to a fellow yogi here soon. But I got rid of the day bed a week or two ago because I really felt one, it took up too much space in here, and the living room is just off to the left here where I have a couch and a chair. So I didn't really feel like I needed another sitting space in my workspace. And I'm not going to very often have sleepover guests. And I thought this space could be used for these storage shelves, much better use of space. And I have my air mattress, and if it was good enough for me to sleep on for a couple months, it's good enough for a house guest to sleep on for a night or two. So I haven't really got these shelves together yet. Most of these plastic bins and things that you're seeing are empty, but there's a lot of stuff over in my storage unit that I would like to bring over and rearrange and put here. So it's not in its finished state yet, but I'm really glad to have them. There's just so much I can do with that storage. So eventually this corner, oh, and if I thought the peace lily was looking bad, the fiddle leaf fig is really looking bad. She got really sunburned. And when it was living over at the other house where nobody was paying any attention to it for a couple months, it was thriving and it was getting huge and it was going to need to be repotted. And I brought it over here and gave it attention for a couple weeks and practically killed it. So we'll see what happens. I did bring all my other plants in from the deck or from the front porch because cold weather. And that beautiful aloe, oh, I've got to show you my nursery. My aloe is having babies. So I'm going to let those grow a little bit more and then probably repot those, maybe give a few away. Yeah, this aloe used to sit in a tiny little pot on my kitchen window above my kitchen sink. And as you can see, I've managed to keep that one alive. This is kind of my embroidery corner. These are back the last time cross stitch was popular. And you can see here, 1994, 1995, 1995. This is done on, I don't remember what count linen, very tiny linen. These are actually all done on linen. I'm not a big fan of Aida cloth, to be honest. But this plastic drawer unit is all my embroidery supplies. Ribbon, silk ribbon embroidery, floss embroidery, all kinds of random things in there. And I haven't really done a lot of hand embroidery in a while, but I'll get back to it someday. Cat bed. I haven't seen anybody sleeping in here on it. It was over here closer to the window, and it might go back there. Just some random things I haven't really organized. Oh, and this is probably one of the most detailed cross-stitch pieces. I didn't sign this one, but it's that same mid-90s era. Oh, I wish I could remember the designer's name. If you remember the 90s and you remember important embroidery cross-stitch, you'll put a comment in the down below and let me know. And then this is my sewing machine cabinet, and I just spent a little time organizing and putting in the thread, filling the thread holder in there with all my threads. So, I mean, that's going to be nice. It's just nice to have this clear. This was piled with stuff and could barely get to it for the last couple months. I have a closet. The closet is a hot mess, not going to show you. And then this shelf I thought was going to be able to hold everything until I got it full, and it looks terrible. And that's why I brought in the black shelves. So when that organizational day comes, some of this may be more organized over on the black wire shelves. And then, because I like to have all my things kind of organized by the type of craft they are. And this is just higgly-piggly in here because there's inventory, things that I've made for my website. These are my seining bundles. These are my witches' hats. These are some of my salves, my finished tarot bags. But then intermixed are acrylic paints and all kinds of fabric is intermixed. Well, I guess this is mostly fabric on this side. But down here on the bottom, yeah, it's just kind of, you know, there's paper crafting mixed in with embroidery crafting and fabric crafting. So I do want to have that a little bit more streamlined. But is my workspace, and that means I get to get back to work at some point because I have space to open up my big cutting table, my work table. I have a small folding table that I can sit at, and I can put that up in here if I have a project that's more of a sitting and crafting project. And I have my cutting table if it's a standing and crafting project. I can do the light in here because it comes out of from two different corners or two different walls. The light is nice for filming, so I can film some more DIYs and tutorials. I can get my sewing machine fired back up again. So I'm very excited to have this space. It makes me be able to just kind of breathe a little easier, knowing I have a space that I can get back into my creative side. And also because this is the cleanest it's going to be for a long time if I start using it again. The beauty is that the door behind me, this door, can just be shut, and the cats can stay out, keep the cats out of it, and I can just leave my projects and walk away. And I have this little bathroom off to the side, so I can just work well into the night. And I'm really looking forward to getting back to that. So thank you for joining me on this little mini tour of one room of my house. If you like this and you want to see more of, there's little peeks of some of the stuff that's going on out there. That might be the next video, is a little tour of more of the art. I just love hanging. Most of the art, other than the embroidery work, are my children's art. There's a few photographs and things and a few other pieces of art that I've collected over the last few years that I have hanging on my walls. But once I started getting that up on the walls, then I really felt like this was home, and it, had so much more personality than when it was just gray plaster walls and gray carpet and, just kind of a box. And now it's my box. And I'm really loving it. So again, thank you for joining me. And if please remember to like and subscribe, and tell your friends, share this share what I'm doing here with like-minded individuals. If you have ideas or suggestions or something you'd like to see, put that in the comments as well. And I will see you next time. Peace out, witches.